After the Oscars end, more than 1,500 hungry guests head upstairs to eat.
Welcome to Wagyu land.
And famed chef Wolfgang Puck is in charge of feeding them all.
Most of the people didn't eat all day. You want to fit in your dress, you know, they make it as tight as possible.
But this isn't your standard party fare. Chefs are dishing out Wagyu flown in from Japan, caviar, and pot pies loaded with truffles.
$4,000 worth of truffles right there. We spare nothing for this party. This is the party of all parties.
To juggle it all, Wolfgang flew in top chefs from places like Istanbul and London. Together, they'll whip up 30,000 plates in just a few days.
Once they announce the best director, all hell breaks loose, everybody starts to shout.
This is Wolfgang's 32nd year catering the Oscars, and he's calm at the helm.
Don't look so serious, it's okay. Monday will come no matter what.
In sports, to have Super Bowl, we have the Oscars.
We have the Oscars.
We went behind the scenes with Wolfgang Puck to see how his team feeds Hollywood's biggest stars after the Oscars. It's 2 days before the Academy Awards, and the kitchen at the Dolby Ballroom is in full swing.
We're starting today to make all this wonderful food, but nothing is cooked today. It's just prepared.
That's Chef Eric Klein, the VP of Catering and Wolfgang's right-hand man.
He started with me how many years ago?
Over 30 years.
Over 30 years ago. He had 3 wives, but he has more luck with me than with all the wives, no? Well, yeah.
Eric is one of 120 chefs Wolfgang flew in from across his restaurant empire, which spans 7 countries.
I would have never imagined being here where I am today. When I was a kid, I just dreamt to get out of my stepfather's house and start something.
He and his executive team started planning the 84-item menu roughly 3 months ago.
I know better than anybody out there what they eat. I'm doing that for 40 years.
This year, for fact, we have a very last-minute oriented menu because there's a lot of Austrian desserts for Chef Wolfgang. Those you can really do a day before. You have to do it minute of.
And there are a lot of new dishes, like the Wagyu steak frites. Chefs can't drop the fries until the hour of the party, but they can start butchering steaks.
Right now I'm going to trim all the fat.
Like American Wagyu New York strips. And this Miyazaki Wagyu shipped in from Japan.
Miyazaki won the big prize in Japan. Like we do Dancing with the Stars here, they have the championship for the beef.
So this is the marbling right here.
Chefs can season them now, but they'll wait to sear them until the day of the event. Some menu items come back year after year, like the Oscars with caviar. They'll go through nearly 30 pounds of the fish eggs alone, which cost $50 per ounce. The team has served the Truffle Chicken Pot Pie for 25 years, and Wolf says he'll never take it off the menu.
All hell will break loose. There would be no more Hollywood. Like Barbara Streisand, when she had it the first time, and then she gave it to John Travolta and said, taste this chicken pot pie. They ordered 3 or 4 of them.
It takes 2 days to make the chicken broth for the sauce. That sauce meets up with the veggies, peas, carrots, and celery in this industrial vat. Chefs hand pull piles of chicken. That also gets mixed in with the veggies. Each of the 1,200 ramekins gets the same amount of pot pie mixture.
We put the final touch, which is a special little shaving of truffle. So that way when you open up the pot pie, it has a little aroma of the truffles inside of it. Think about 7 hours of sitting in the theater, the red carpet, and everyone at the end of the show that comes upstairs really looks forward to this.
Those get covered with pastry dough and coated with an egg wash.
Ooh, look at that. You can see the color from the black truffle. We can serve 1,000 of them and they're all gonna be hot because it's hermetically sealed with the puff pastry.
Despite the scale of this operation, Wolfgang's team makes everything from scratch.
A lot of catering companies, you know, they buy things and then just warm it up. We cook exactly the same way as we do at Spago or Cut any of other restaurants. So everything is cooked to order.
They're hand-rolling and filling 3,000 artichoke agnolotti. And during prep days, they're also mixing and shaping dough for 600 pizzas. This flour, water, and butter will become 750 tiny Wagyu slider buns.
The dough is ready. Now the next steps is to divide the dough in 35 grams.
They're also hand measuring and portioning the patties.
Everything needs to be scaled on the correct part to make sure the patty and the buns make only one. You know, you don't want it too soft because it will be mushy, or we call that. We have a nice coloration, perfect buns, very round, light, exactly what we're looking for.
To handle all this chaos, Wolfgang relies on his team from around the world.
This chef right here also is in Austria. So he's grating all that Parmesan cheese right now.
Your hand hasn't cramped up yet?
I've been training,
Yeah.
like Arnold Schwarzenegger, you know?
Yeah, just grating. It's grating.
Sushi chef Hiroyuki Fujino came in from Hawaii.
How long have you guys been working together?
It's about 29 years now.
Only. He had hair like that, as much as me.
There's one background that you're missing. It's mine. You need a Jamaican chef in here.
Eric, do we have a cooking jacket?
Yes, absolutely.
The young lady wants to start making jerk chicken like from her native country.
Wolfgang walks around the kitchen offering tips.
No pineapple, because when people are allergic, we don't want to send anybody to the hospital.
A hand,
Put a lot of them together. It's okay. Doesn't have to be so precise. If not, you won't finish. And if anybody tells you anything, tell them that's the way it has to be, okay?
and some jokes.
And if you have any problems with the guys, you call me, okay? I will straighten them out.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. I thought we had to at the end of the day, I'm like a coach, I'm like a teacher, but I have such a great team who actually can execute, you know. And Phil Jackson, when he was a coach, he never shot a three-pointer because he knew he had the right guys.
Part of his coaching, always having a spoon at the ready.
Okay, a little more salt. They say a chef doesn't eat, a chef always tastes. After the Oscars, we go on a diet.
I'm starting Monday.
It's the day before Oscar Sunday, and the team's kicking it into high gear.
How we do with the macaroni and cheese? Don't mess it up again, okay? 40 pounds of fontina cheese and 40 pounds of mozzarella cheese. And then we make it a little spicy, it will be delicious. 80 pounds of pasta. Yeah, wow. I remember when Viola Davis came and she tasted and said, oh my God, the best macaroni and cheese ever. You have more cheese? Yes. Okay, let's put more cheese.
They portion out exactly 2 ounces into each of the 1,500 ramekins. Over in the butcher room, Chef Fujino slices 100 pounds of ahi tuna, flown in from Hawaii.
Big size of uni.
This is gonna be our cheers afterwards. We're gonna crack them open with Wolf and take a nice uni party.
He portions the salmon for sushi and an Oscar-shaped classic.
We smoke our own salmon here and everything.
They pound a cracker Oscar base, top it with smoked salmon and creme fraiche. That's not the only Oscar shape they're using in the kitchen. Pastry chefs also fill molds with dark chocolate. They'll go through 2 gallons of 24K liquid gold for the coating.
Every star goes home with an Oscar from us. I don't want anybody to have tears in their eyes and say I lost. You know, they all are winners for us.
His team pumps out 3,500 mini statues and 25 large ones. The dessert team handles the most dishes. They're responsible for the gelato station, which is new this year. And they're also piping out madeleines, constructing macaron towers, and filling cups with tiramisu.
Now we know the Italians are here, so we're in good shape.
I think it's very like army-like as far as like being organized. So you have the generals, the captains, and then we divide, right? So I think the stress level is managed by the peers of each department.
That stress comes to a head on Oscar Sunday. Today they can tackle the foods that have to be served fresh, like sushi rolls and chicken skewers.
It's not a dessert, it's a crab chamushi, which is a traditional Japanese egg custard. We're topping it off with crab.
Those mini Wagyu patties can finally be fired and added to the buns. Steaks hit the grills, and racks of chicken pot pies and mac and cheese come out of the oven glistening. Wolfgang gives his final seal of approval.
I still feel very calm. I think we're getting everything together, making the final adjustments.
Out in the ballroom, the team begins setting up. Most dishes are served at stations like the desserts, complete with freshly churned gelato. By 4 p.m., the ceremony begins, and a hush passes over the kitchen. Most of the chefs gather around a TV to watch.
Once they announce the best director, all hell breaks loose. Everybody starts to shout, but I tell them to stay quiet.
Everyone takes to their stations. One chef dollops caviar on the smoked salmon Oscars. Another shaves truffles. Everything is plated in a mad rush. Assembly lines get sauce, and garnish is on at lightning speed. Even Wolfgang jumps in on the line. 325 front-of-house staff stand ready to whisk the trays away.
Service, please.
Working the pass is Wolfgang's son, Byron.
All right, Snake River Farms beef with chimichurri. You got it? Put your thumb on the napkin so they don't fly. There you go. I started working at Spago Beverly Hills as a dishwasher, and me coming in so high-minded at 12 years old, I fell in love and found myself with the same passion as my father. So I ended up with the best mentor you could possibly ask for.
The first hour, you're like, we gotta make it happen. Then eventually it slows down a little bit, and then you can step back and be like, okay, this is going well.
And off we go, having the greatest party in the world.
Some celebrities brought the party to the kitchen. Oscar-winning director Ryan Coogler stopped in to say thank you to Wolf and his team.
We've been waiting for a half hour, chef.
So overtime. Yes. All right. Well, I think everybody did such an amazing job. Cheers to next year.
How many years do you think you have left it?
Well, I think that question you have to ask God, how much time He's gonna give me. There will be no passing of the torch. I don't think so. I take the torch with me into my grave.
But if anyone here were to pick up that torch, Wolf says it's his son.
He's really amazing with the guests. He's good in the kitchen.
I'm proud of this legacy that my goal is to continue for another 44 years and beyond. And I know I will do just that because there is no other thing on this planet that I've been put here for.
Cheers to the next generation.